And hello and welcome to a special needed to get this out right the heck now edition of the Pumpkin Copter cast. I am joined once again by my regular co-pilot, Big Al Dente of Nobi Noodle fame.
The Switch, man. Holy crap, the Switch, man. Did you see what happened to the Switch, man? Also, I'm your co-pilot now. I'm your wingman. What happened? What about your good buddy over here? What about this guy?
Well, a friend, when I first started this, a friend of mine advised me to call all my guests my co-pilot since it's a pumpkin copter. Anyway.
Well, I'm flattered.
And my partner in video game crime and not spiritual, brother Ben.
Hey, you can call me whatever you like, and sometimes it helps to have a second co-pilot on standby in case the first one suffers any sort of debilitating illness or is left in a stupor, like I was when they announced that fancy new Solaire of Astora amiibo with Dark Souls Remastered.
Yeah,
but I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yep. So, before we begin, just two quick things. Back in the day, before something I didn't find out till I was well in my, 8s or 9s, is that apparently, before I was born, whilst pregnant with me, Mom would play the original Super Mario Bros. On the NES we had in the house at the time. So Nintendo's kind of literally a part of my genetic sequences at this point. And, wow. But, just here at the Pumpkin Copter Cast, we want to be objective and biased and...
Yeah, good luck.
Who are you kidding, kid?
Not even all. So, I'm just... All of the good emotions are currently just whirlpooling in my brain right now, so...
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, so... I don't know. Ben, why don't you go first? Just give us your points, and then we can go into the meat and potatoes of it.
All right. Just so that everyone, including the people listening to this, is on the same page, or if you've never heard of me before, I'm aware that a good chunk of the games that were announced and talked about were ports of games that have already been out for a while on previous systems. And the one that stuck out to me the most, apart from the new information about that network test for Dark Souls Remastered, was the announcement that the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy was getting a multi-platform release this July.
Ben, I'm gonna stop you right there real quick. I wanna help you out here. All right, so hey, listeners, in case you have no idea what we're talking about, as of this podcast, it is March 8th, 2018, and Nintendo decides it's going to open up its wonderful vault of directs, and it's dishing out another one. We saw it today at 5 o'clock. It's like 8:30 right now, and as soon as it was over, I was like, I don't know how I can't contain this hype. It's ruining me right now. That debilitating illness that you were talking about, that thing's called hype, okay? When you catch the hype, you're screwed, man. You gotta spread it quick, or else it's going to devour you, heart and soul. Dark Souls, Praise the Sun amiibo. There you go. So, in case you were lost, that's what we're talking about right now, because we're all fucking dying right now.
Yeah.
I'm oozing.
You guys are, but
I'm oozing with the hype. I'm not a Nintendo fanboy. I'm not, but Nintendo's just like, you don't have to like Nintendo to like what we're putting on the Switch. And I was like, oh, go on. And then they punched me in the face. So that's why we're here.
Don't you mean punched you in the feels?
The face feels. Mostly the face, but I guess the feels are in there somewhere. In the brain.
Or basically punched you so hard in the face that you've lost all feeling in the face?
Yeah. Let's go with that. The only thing that the only feel left in there is hype. And it's a disease. So since it was the only thing there,
I contracted that illness a while back because the stuff surrounding Crash Bandicoot and Dark Souls, I've already had the luxury of experiencing them on my other consoles, on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, back when they first came out. So I can tell you firsthand that the Switch owners who've never experienced either of them, they are going to be in for some of the most beautifully masochistic gaming they're ever gonna have. It'll be difficult, but in the best way possible.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be funny.
I'm gonna speak for those guys right now who've never played those games. That's me. Never played those games. Nope. I played Crash Bandicoot on ye old PlayStation 1 there back in ye old day there. Ye old. Yeah. And that was always a treat, watching Crash get blown up when he hits a nitro box, always made me wet myself with laughter. But I've never played a Dark Souls game. Bloodborne, I guess, is a Dark Souls game now. I played that one. So I'm in for a treat. I'm excited. There's a lot of games coming out on the Switch that have no business being there. And I'm excited. I sold my PlayStation 4 way back last summer when No Man's Sky came out and it ruined our electricity bill. I'm like, nope, see you later, screw you. Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out, so I'm like, I gotta buy it again. Not looking forward to that. But for the meantime, I'm really excited to get down to the like he said, the meat and potatoes, all these games that like Nintendo's just like, you didn't think they were gonna be here, but hey buddy, let you know a secret. Empty your wallets now.
Yep.
It's gonna get hurt. Give us the cash. And I'm like, all right, fine. God damn it. You don't need Steam for the highway robbery Nintendo's got you, holding your hands above your head for. Like, these guys, they're not playing around.
Between this and the Direct Mini back in January and all the stuff we've seen come out in between, it's almost like emotional whiplash, going from there being practically nothing outside of a handful of first-party games on the Wii U to now so many games on the system that we literally don't have enough internal storage with the default console.
I know.
No. See, you know what it is? You know what it is there, guys? It's not... It's Nintendo's been listening, all right? Nintendo's been listening to the Pumpkin Copter podcast, all right? Right. Because way back in yonder day, I was on this very podcast talking about influential games throughout my life, and I'm pretty sure they were just like, yeah, okay, all right. So these three guys like some of these games, and I think we're gonna drip feed them. All right, so we're gonna take some of these games that they like, and we're gonna start putting them on the Switch, and we're gonna see what happens. Okay, it's like a social experiment. I was just like, gee golly jeepers, guys, I love The World Ends With You on the Nintendo DS. It's such a good game. And they're like, hey, yo, Al Dente, you like that game with the spiky-haired kid in the Japantown? The World Ends With the Someone? It's on Switch. All right. Well, you got my attention.
What's with that? Extra content, no less.
Yeah, and then they're just like, hey there, Ben, you like some crazy spinning marsupials there? maybe they're going around wumping people and some Eggman
crashing into something, maybe boxes.
Maybe. Guess he's got a sister in a small animal complex. He's on Switch now, and you're like, so got my attention.
Yeah.
What's next? Nintendo's going to be like, look, it's E3 2018. The very first game. We all heard you guys like Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door, right? Well, what if you took that there game on the go? And then T. Gorman's going to be like, you got my attention.
Yep. That's. I'd probably.
It's happening.
I'd probably just want it. So I guess we'll just start by talking about all of the ports that are coming, because we got to start somewhere, or this is just going to go on forever.
Yeah. And since we already casually mentioned it, I guess we could start the ports conversation by talking about the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy. Now, just to make sure that everyone knows what we're talking about, this trilogy that was released on the PlayStation 4, it's not a remaster of the old PlayStation 1 games per se, but rather it's a remake built from the ground up by Vicarious Visions, one of the Skylanders developers, where they took the old games as a base and then remade it from the ground up for the PlayStation 4, all on a single disc.
And people are just loving that new hitbox with Crash.
Oh, yeah. I should also clarify about that. There was a lot of, let's put it lightly, debate over the fact that since, again, it was built from the ground up with a new engine, they apparently changed both the hitboxes and the jumping physics from the original games. I think the idea was that they were trying to make it a bit more consistent, like there wouldn't be as much of a mechanical difference. But as someone who can remember the difference between the original Crash games, it definitely made an impact. And I apologize if this triggers anyone listening, but I definitely felt it the most with the High Road from the first one. Goddamn turtles.
Really quick. Hey guys, did you hear Ben say engine? Did you get it? Because that's the name of a bad guy in the Crash Bandicoot game. Did you get it?
Yes.
It's a joke. It's a good joke.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Dying on the High Road is only slightly less painful.
So, yep. So, and just looking at the list that I have, everyone's favorite ink-colored Pantheon simulator Okami is also coming in the HD version, no less. Which there's a game like that on the go. I want to be playing it like, I don't know, at a convention when I'm like taking a break and just have someone, or just at the park on a sunny day, and just have someone like walk by, look at it with like absolutely no context, and just try and put together what's going on.
It's a good pupper. Good pupper simulator.
Again, I got the PS4 version of that. It was really cheap for $20 over the holidays, and I can confirm that it definitely holds up beautifully. There's just something about those classic games that were directed by Hideki Kamiya that just have a certain, I don't know, artistry to them that makes it hard to resist. And
that is art.
Oh, yeah. I was going to casually mention this. I wonder how many people are going to have a stunned look on their face when they realize that Okami and the first Bayonetta, which also came out on the Switch, highly recommend it. And if you buy it as part of the Bayonetta 2 combo pack, it comes free as a digital code. That the original Bayonetta and Okami, they have the same director. And they're both technically games about strong, independent female characters, depending on how you look at it.
It's true.
Oh, you're forgetting the third one that makes the trifecta. The Devil May Cry. Dante's a strong, independent woman who don't need no man.
Funny you mention that, because they're doing an HD collection of the other Devil May Cry games that's coming out next week on the PS4 and Xbox One, and I wouldn't be surprised if that also got a Switch port. If only just to imagine. Oh,
everything gets a Switch port. T. Gorman gets a Switch port. I get a Switch port. Who's next? Your dog gets a Switch port. We all get Switch ports. Parappa the Rapper gets a Switch port.
Oh, please.
Avengers gets a Switch port. SpongeBob gets a Switch port. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn Love Kung Fu with Chopmaster Onion on the go.
Got it. You don't need a PSP to do that anymore. You bring your Nintendo Switch, dude.
Yeah,
console,
one can
it's all in
dream.
the mind. If you want to test me, I'm sure you'll find the Switch is a pretty good system.
Yeah.
So the next port on the list of things that I'm looking at right now as we're talking is, something that can be described as if the kid from Limbo had nightmares, little nightmares.
I see what you did there.
Uh-huh.
I really wanted to play it, but I didn't have a PS4, and now I'm going to play it and probably have like some type of nightmares whenever I go into a kitchen.
I've never played it before. Like, I had never seen it up to this point. It was new to me. I had no idea what was going on. I'm like, it kind of looks like a cross between Limbo and Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Kind of liked what I was seeing. No idea. We'll probably try it.
Yeah. I also got a kick out of the fact that it had Pac-Man as a cute little bonus character, probably because the Plus version of Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 also came out of the Switch recently. And, if Little Nightmares is going to give you a phobia of kitchen, then Championship Edition 2 is practically going to give you seizures. Again, very, very good seizures.
Is Little Nightmares a game by Bandai Namco or Namco Bandai? Those guys?
Yeah, they're publishing it. Which is
Okay,
why
so
Pac-Man
that
in it
explains
came
why
out.
Pac-Man. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
got it.
And
Cross promotions.
it's also coming with all the DLCs, which is even better for once I get it.
See,
Yeah.
it's even better for your wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saving money.
Mm-hmm.
Good guy, Nintendo.
Apparently, the Switch version of Skyrim didn't come with all the DLC on it, which something I read earlier today because we were talking about how the Switch version of Dark Souls Remastered and all the other ones for that matter, they're going to include the Artorias of the Abyss DLC in the game itself at no extra cost, which, again, really good deal, but good luck accessing the damn thing. It is just... a Hydra is involved.
That's really all you need to know about that.
Yeah, and I'm not going to spoil anything because, fuck the noobs. Get good. There's my obligatory get good for the podcast. I promise I'm not going to say it again.
Okay, good.
Yes, fuck the noobs.
And that's something that I was kind of a bit more surprised than I thought I'd be, is that, South Park, The Fractured Butthole is coming to the Switch, which I honestly didn't see coming, or at least not, so soon in the Switch's life.
It's been teased for a while.
Oh.
If you follow the creators on Twitter, they've been making random pot shots and teases at Nintendo, and I'm on a forum where they were speculating that they were going to talk about this during the mini direct, and they didn't. So they're just like, it's only a matter of time. It's happening, and I was like, cool. I loved the first one, and I guess when they released Fractured Butthole on other systems, they're just like, yeah, act now and get Stick of Truth for free. I'm kind of hoping they do that here. Like, they'll talk about it at E3. Because I'd play that again. It was good. I really liked it.
Yeah, they definitely should. I mean, if they're not going to include the DLC packs on the game card when it comes out, the least they can do is throw in the Stick of Truth as a bonus and also make it available on the eShop. And, we were talking about Okami causing reactions. I'm not going to go into specifics, but I can only imagine what it would be like if someone saw another person playing the Stick of Truth in a public setting.
I guess it depends where you were at in the game, because there are a lot of times where I was just walking around South Park with really nothing to do or just struggling to find point B from my point A. So, if they walk in on you and you're watching Randy getting probed anally, then they'll be like, oh my. But if you're just hanging out with Jesus or whatever, I don't think they're going to care.
It's like, the Lord.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah.
He's all right to have around.
I wonder if the Switch version of Stick of Truth, I remember, this was a big deal when that game first came out on the 360 and the PS3, that it didn't happen to the American release, but in other territories, scenes like the anal probing, they were famously censored. And in Australia... they got replaced with pictures of a crying koala with a text description.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I think they had a voiceover, too. Didn't they? I thought they did. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Anyway, so...
Nice segue.
Next up, just a game that, I was personally thrilled to bits with when it came out on the Wii U, and now it's heading onwards to the Switch and the 3DS, is the Gold Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Now, that was just... I'm still just amazed that they took such, a side thing in Super Mario 3D World and fully realized it as a game. and it gave my girl Toadette her time, like more prominent time in the spotlight, which I'm always for.
Yeah, that was definitely a pleasant surprise, especially with the new courses that they're going to add based off Super Mario Odyssey. That was also nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was a nice, homage, but I think you guys might have to talk me into it here because ever since it came out on the Wii U, like I had it in the trailer before, I stopped doing the trailer stuff, but I just don't see the appeal. Like I thought it was really boring. I guess it's just because I like different kinds of games, which is fine. And I'm not saying Captain Toad's a bad game. It's just I don't know why it's so popular. It fails to grasp me. It's like there he goes. He's walking.
I
He's
don't know.
gonna get the star. He's gonna do it.
I think
He did it.
I think it's more the fact that, in contrast to a lot of other Mario games, there's sort of a cerebral twisting element to it. Like you need to look at it in terms of spatial awareness, keeping track of all the individual elements. It's a refreshing change of pace, and it can also be stimulating if you're
Yeah,
into
I
those
was
sort
gonna say like the thing I think it has going for it, it's like it's a Zen Mario game.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of just zone out and just watch him go, and occasionally you help him.
It's a
Well,
lot.
and I guess like there's a niche for that. I guess
Yeah.
I'm blown away how they were able to make 3 retail full games for Captain Toad. Like I honestly I like what?
I think it's
Didn't see it happening. I still don't see it happening. It almost feels like a fever dream. I'm just like, Nintendo, are you high? But I guess people will buy it. So, especially
yeah.
if you're high.
I think
Yeah.
just because it's like in 3D world, it's a contrast to the increasingly nuts and ridiculous platforming that either made you hate yourself or hate literally anyone in your field of vision. And it was like challenging, but it didn't require like the reflexes that the tough platformer demands. So that's
Yeah.
why
Well,
I think it got to where it did.
I
Yeah,
think
definitely
another
was-
reason. Oh, go ahead. You go first, dude.
It definitely wasn't challenging in the sense of, say, the end is nigh, which, I just got a physical Switch copy of myself recently. And yeah, it's definitely, you could also consider that a puzzle platformer, but unlike Captain Toad, you really need to have the physical reflexes and especially the patience. I fondly remember a YouTube video of this guy, Tear of Grace, which, if you've never heard of him, this guy's really fucking hysterical, but a lot of his humor comes from the fact that he legitimately goes insane at everything. And there was this one bit where he was playing The End Is Nigh. The video was literally titled Angriest I've Ever Been. And he wouldn't stop screaming at one of the optional challenges in that game for a good 5 minutes. He didn't go, I'm amazed. He didn't go hoarse.
Yeah.
I want to see somebody get that angry at Captain Toad. But I want to see it happen. I want to see somebody get so livid at Captain Toad that they break the game in half, and I'd be like, damn, someone's not Zen. But I think one of the other reasons why I didn't really quite gel with Captain Toad was because when we did have it in the trailer, no one could play it because a lot of the stages that require the microphone for you to blow into to get those platforms moving always constantly stayed up because it was so loud in there that the microphone was just on. And it's like, I don't know what that noise is, but I'm going to assume you're blowing into it, so it's never going to come down. Toad's like, hey, buddy, want to give me a hand? So you couldn't get past like World 1-4.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they made those kind of tweaks for the Switch version. Subtle, quality of life things that may not be as drastic as altering the hitboxes on Crash Bandicoot, but, small quality of life tweaks like that would go a long way.
Yeah, there's no microphone on the Switch, and unless you really plan on having Captain Toad become compatible with the Nintendo Switch Online app for your smartphone, you plug in your headphones and your microphone, and you can control those platforms. It doesn't seem likely. Unless Nintendo's really, really inclusive. They're like, don't worry, guys. You don't want to use your controllers? We gotcha. You can tell Captain Toad what to do with your voice. Go left, you son of a... And, like, I don't see it happening.
Yeah. Well, if you want a similar experience of range and anxiety, how's that perception playthrough going of yours, Tyler? I remember you told me about that.
Yeah, just a while, just a quick diversion before we start. We go back on the Nintendo Direct gush train. Is, I don't know, many seasoned horror game players probably wouldn't find it too scary, but as someone like me who's literally never played a horror game ever, like, it's definitely a change of pace, and just I guess it really shows the appeal of, like, the Nintendo Switch, because it's both an at-home and portable thing, which is part of what made me want to, like, pick it up when I saw it at the Boston Indie Games Festival. The game made by husband and wife team and friends of the show, Bill and Amanda Gardner. And hopefully will be joining us again before too long. Bill, if you're watching this, hi. But yeah, it was certainly a thing. All I will tell you about it is that, you never really think that cocoons could disturb you on a cellular level, but so anyway, Undertale coming to the Switch. My goodness.
Yeah. Speaking of an existential nightmare on a Switch console.
No, it's so irritating to me because I had a very long conversation with somebody that I had just met yesterday about Undertale. And at the end of that part of the conversation, we started discussing whether or not it was going to come to Switch, because Toby Fox is like, yeah, Nintendo's cool. I want to kind of put it on the Wii U maybe one day, I guess. And like when they were doing it today, I had no idea what was happening, that little light switch thing. And then I started hearing the Sans voice blurb, and I stood up and I'm like, no, please.
Yeah,
and it's like it's such a love-hate thing. Yeah. I was telling this person, I love Undertale. I do. It is a fantastic game, and the writing is great, and the characters are great, and the gameplay engine is great. Like, everything about the game is awesome. It is just the fan base that ruined it. And even now, I talk to another podcast group of people, and I'm even talking to my roommates. It's like, if you like it, people make you feel bad. Like, it's almost taboo to like Undertale, and it's not the game's fault.
Yeah,
it's just the people who went too far. I recall being told about it, being told to play it like maybe the first month it was out, and I'm like, sure, whatever. Ignored the person, went to a Burger King with some friends, and they have those things on the wall that you sign for charity, and like a good third of them covering the wall were just character names from Undertale. And I'm like, I'm starting to sense a problem. This might be bad. And what happened? It just spiraled out of control. And like, I was excited. It's like, yeah, I'll cosplay Sans. I've got some really grand ideas. It's gonna be great. I'm so glad people like this game. Getting a little worried though. I'm sure it's nothing. And now it's like it's up there with Sonic and Steven Universe. I don't even know. It's frustrating because I'm gonna buy it. I'm going to play Undertale on my Switch, and I'm going to be like, fucking come at me, okay? Like, I'm going to sit there, and I'm going to enjoy it again because I refuse to play it a second time on my computer. I loved the way it ended, and I felt it would be a disservice to the game's fake characters to go and delete my save, play it again, or do the bad route where everybody dies. So I can't do it. This game, it made me feel, and I love that in a game. I hate it. I hate it, but I love it. I'm so torn with Undertale, and I don't want to buy it digitally because I know the day I buy it digitally, they're going to say, hey, guess what? In 1 week, it's the physical edition. I'll be like, that's it. I'm going to find where you live, Toby Fox. I'm going to strangle you, all right? This isn't funny anymore.
Toby Fox, please don't sue us.
Yeah. And
don't do this to me, man.
Consider this exchange your unofficial warning for anyone looking to dive in and see what the fuss is about with Undertale once the Switch game comes out. In Toby's words, eventually. You might love it, you might hate it, but know what you're getting yourself into because
No, it's like you'd be hard pressed, dude, to find someone who doesn't know about Undertale. It's like Five Nights at Freddy's levels of infamous.
Well, yeah, but just because it's infamous and people know about it doesn't mean they have any idea what to expect. For all people know, Undertale is just like this quirky, character-driven, box-standard moral choice RPG, and it reminds me of a Stan Lee quote where he said that every comic is someone's first. It's natural that some people are going to use this Switch release to see what the fuss is about if they've been able to play it on their laptop or their PS4.
I'm agreeing with you 100% because it set the internet on fire and because it resonated a lot with kids. Mm-hmm. And like, again, going back to the trailer, I used to see people come in and out of that place with like costumes, like cheap costumes they threw together, or references when they're playing other games, or created characters where they're just like, hey, look, it's Frisk from Undertale, huh? Like, it was so known, and there are probably a huge number of kids that I saw 2 or 3 years ago or whatever that were too young to experience it on a computer because they don't know how to work it or something, or their parents wouldn't buy it, whatever. But the Switch is in everybody's hands right now. So I guarantee you that a whole lot of people are going to experience it for the first time. And that's great, because then they'll feel how I felt when I played it the first time. It made me feel things. Mm-hmm. And again, I hate that and I love that. And it's going to happen all over again. Like, it's going to refresh the brand, and it's going to start all over. It's going to be everywhere again. So next time either of you go to a Burger King, you're going to see it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna think of me, and then you're going to order a cheeseburger and down it and feel really gross.
I'm looking forward to being able to play it with the actual controller, because the fact that it didn't have controller support was literally my only mark against it. Just because it felt like it'd be more at home with like a traditional controller rather than a keyboard.
I absolutely agree. But after like halfway through the game, I just kind of stopped having that as a gripe. But now that it's gonna, be controller compatible, it'll be like, oh boy, eat your heart out, PlayStation 4. It's gonna be good. I'm excited. I'm angry. I'm depressed. I'm ecstatic. I'm too many things for Undertale, and it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's see. Next game that couldn't be any less different, a game in which you're encouraged not to kill anything, it is like book is countered by the game that encourages you to pretty much kill all the things, with the Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, also known as Why Was This Never a Thing Before? Well, at least that's what I was thinking when I played it.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Oh, like no one had thought of it prior?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't on like the GameCube or something?
I don't know, just something like it. Just mowing down massive amounts of like Zelda cannon fodder and having all the ridiculous attacks. Like, I remember watching the trailer when the weapon trailer with Link and the fire wand, and how he just pretty much became friggin' Trogdor the Burninator and just laid waste to all he claimed.
Points for the Homestar Runner reference. Good job.
And the fact that it also is going to have all the DLC bits and bops is another big plus, and I'm probably going to buy it again, because why not?
I played it for like a day, and like I love Zelda, but I think I would be more inclined to purchase a Muso style game with Homestar Runner. A Homestar Runner Muso, like, yeah, sign me up. Smacking dudes with strong bad, yeah, give me that. But no, to this day I don't really know why I didn't sit there with it. Like, I really want to play Ruto because she's my fishwife. And I just recall trying to go unlock her, but the game is it's throwing this giant arbitrary mini game at me, and I had to do this, that, and the other thing, and I'm like, I don't want to jump through hoops. Like, if you're gonna make me unlock a character, have it after like an achievement style unlock, like kill X number of people or make it to this point in the story. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't know what's going on here. This is silly. How dare you?
It's the
Do not keep me from my fish wife. And then I think I sold it like the next day.
It's the first time I've heard anyone actually gone to bat for the fish woman.
Ruto's awesome. You stop. Fish wife. Mifa's great and all that, but you can't be OG fish wife.
Guys, you can save your debates about the merits of fish love for when you go see The Shape of Water. Now that it got all the buzz for winning Best Picture, let's keep it tasteful.
No, I saw it, and fish dude has nothing on fish wife. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Like,
all right,
woman had good taste, but if I were to compare the two fish people, I'd be like, sorry, man, can't.
Yeah,
she's too good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's you, and then you see that up in the sky? No, that's not a star. That's fish wife. Honey, you gotta try harder. You did good though, kid. You did good. Welcome.
Maybe you shouldn't have eaten that cat.
Well, I mean, he got points for that. I'm not a cat person. It was okay. It was like, there you go. Brownie points. Good. Yeah. Extra credit. See me after class.
And
well, no, hang on. Before they did say that they were putting all the DLC from Hyrule Warriors, the other versions, into this one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's was the young Link with the Majora's Mask stuff going on. I'm like, I want to play that.
Skull Kid.
Good.
Yeah. It makes sense. I mean, they wouldn't call it the definitive edition if it was anything else, right?
Well, I kind of I teetered off with my attention when they were talking about Hyrule Warriors, and I was just like, yeah, sure. Like, I like Fire Emblem too, and I didn't really even sit there and be like, oh man, I have to play Fire Emblem Warriors. I only got excited because it was Marth. I was like, oh boy, it's Marth. There he is. See, Marth. Oh, he's gone. And then Anna was there. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Anna. Oh, she's gone. So my attention went elsewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the only Musou game I really, really enjoyed was Sengoku Basara. The others are just kind of there. You played one, you played them all, and then Sengoku Basara is like, look at me, I'm almost Gurren Lagann, but also Musou. And I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I'll play that. Anyway, I digress again. Moving on.
Yes.
So, I don't know. Onward is now. If my brother were here, he'd probably be all about this, but, Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes is also coming to the Switch now. I have very little experience with this franchise, which is a damn shame.
Excuse me while I nut. Oh, yeah.
Just if I had an editor, I'd edit that out.
That's what post-production is for.
Oh, man.
We'll fix it in post. What do you mean you'll fix it in post? This is post.
That's the kind of humor that you can expect from a No More Heroes game.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
just
so.
Put that out there right now. It's rated M for a reason, kids.
Yeah,
don't
I
play
hope
this.
That I do hope they do some kind of remaster or re-release of the previous two games as well, just to get everyone on the same page. And I pity the poor bastard who tries playing those games in public, because apparently certain required gestures for them are actually banned in some places. I'm not going to describe them in detail here, but as someone who has fond memories of the first two games, that shit can get perverse as all hell.
That's what made it great, baby.
Yeah.
You get some sweet, sweet body gestures to recharge your lightning sword katana thing, weeaboo, whatever. It was a good game, and it's not for kids. So if you couldn't handle my quip back then, just a few minutes ago or a couple seconds ago, then you're not ready for this game there, champ. Go play your Hyrule Warriors, okay? Travis Touchdown doesn't want your help. He'll be just fine.
So before we get to all of the new things coming out for the Switch, and I know that the 3DS's time is rapidly approaching, but we should remember that it both was and is an amazing system, and it deserves to be remembered as such. So we just go over a bit of the stuff that's coming towards it. I mean, we got yet another remake of a Mario and Luigi game with Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, with again another free little side story bit starring Bowser Jr., and I'm all for that because Bowser's Inside Story was my jam when I first bought it.
It was
Yeah.
pretty good.
It's weird
I-
to think that with its planned release date, it's going to roughly coincide with the 10th anniversary of the original release. That's practically retro now.
Huh. That is spooky.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And speaking
yeah.
of retro remakes, what caught me by surprise was the announcement of a remake of Luigi's Mansion, as in the original GameCube game, because why wait 5 years after Dark Moon came out? And why do a remake of the first one after the sequel was released?
Okay, I was really irritated about that because I was following a lot of leaks and a lot of rumors from very credible people who were saying that it was coming to Switch, not 3DS. So
Yeah,
as
that
soon
makes
as they said for 3DS, I'm like, damn it. My hopes were up really high because I like that game a lot, and I sold my 3DS to get my Switch. So
Irony.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
probably
I'm out of
going to
luck.
come to the Switch soon.
Yeah,
I
I
would
could see
hope
them
so.
doing a combo pack thing for Halloween.
It would be nice because that's a good game. It really is. And like, I'm still blown away by the fact that when it was out on GameCube, when it launched 2001, they're like, yeah, it was 3D TV compatible, and we had some really sick stuff going on with that game. And then we just kind of said, nah, screw it. So like, they could take that game all kinds of places, and it would still feel fresh.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they just don't leave it. Like, it's going to be 3D, and on the 3DS, it's great. But you know, if that's what they had planned back then, like, think of what they could do with that game right now.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So, yeah, and
Also, Bowser's Inside Story was good because it had kaiju Bowser fights. Thank you.
Yeah.
oh
That was-
my goodness, that was quite a treat.
Yeah.
It was. That's why I bought it. I saw it in a magazine and I was like, ooh, giant Bowser fights? All right, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
And so the next, and a game just I feel the need to play just because it just continues to make me go like, wait, what? And I'm talking about another game that in a similar vein to Undertale, the internet's unfortunately beaten like a dead horse with a bat made entirely of swords. I'm talking about Detective Pikachu coming soon to the 3DS.
Okay, so I'm going to nerd out for a second. I was still really upset when Danny DeVito, when questioned, was like, what the heck's a Pikachu? So I was like, damn it, we're not going to get Danny DeVito as Detective Pikachu. But when I watched the trailer today, I like this anime called Case Closed, Detective Conan, or whatever you want to call it. The American version has some voice actor for the really fat chief of police, and I really like that voice actor. His name escapes me right now, but it sounds like he's doing Detective Pikachu, and I'm like, oh no, please don't make me want this game. And then he's like, quick attack, is that good? And I'm like, crap, man.
Damn it!
I hate Pikachu. He's my least favorite Pokemon, but now I want to play it. Damn
Whoa,
it.
Like sacrilegious here, aren't we?
I was so angry. I had no, like, it wasn't even on my radar. I didn't care. No Danny DeVito, no sale. But they're like, hang on, we're not done yet. We got one last hand to show you. And I was like, stop, please. And now if I see someone with the game, like a friend, I was like, yeah, can I like, just don't tell anybody, but can I borrow that for like a night, please? I need to know. And I'm really angry about it. Like,
Your secret's safe with us, Dente.
Not with
and anybody else listening, I swear to God, if any of you listeners say anything, I'm gonna find you. Don't tell anyone. It's a secret.
Disclaimer: Pumpkin Coptercast is not liable for any demented actions taken by Big Al Dente.
Thunderbolt.
So
I got no juice left.
yeah, and something that I was surprised by is apparently a sequel to Dylan's Rollin' West and Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers coming to the 3DS, which I gotta admit I didn't see coming at all. I thought that IP fell by the wayside like many others.
Well, Dylan, I don't know what Nintendo's deal is with Dylan, because like he was in Smash Brothers, so like I knew he was still like known. Like, yes, we're aware Dylan exists, but I wasn't expecting to see him come back. Yes, and the way that he came back, I was like, damn, this game looks awesome. Running around real fast and punching dudes in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I'd play that.
Sonic,
if I had
but good.
Yeah, a good Sonic
Am
game.
I the only one noticing that from a gameplay perspective with the tower defense and the fast-moving combat, it's got sort of a Star Fox vibe to it now?
Kind of.
Possibly.
Yeah, it does a little bit. It's like after watching that clip of the me animal dude running around shooting people, it gave off Star Fox like Assault or Star Fox 64 foot battle vibes. And I'm like, yeah, those are like the best part of Star Fox.
Mm-hmm.
So since we all seem to be, attending Star Fox's funeral lately with how bad Zero did, it wouldn't surprise me if they're trying to recycle like ideas from Star Fox into Dylan, because Dylan just seems like he's going places. He's just doing it real slow.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want you to know he's going places. He's like, you'll see me when you get there. I won't tell you how I got there, but I'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
Which is upsetting because Star Fox
fill that void somehow.
Yeah, exactly. But again, it's upsetting because Star Fox is still one of my favorite Nintendo franchises.
Yeah.
So hopefully they don't give up on him. Old girl Fox McCloud, because they took the giant robot thing and they threw it in Nintendo's good old cardboard experiment recycle trash, and now they're just like Dylan McCloud, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah.
As far as I've learned, Platinum Games redeemed themselves with a couple of their other non-Switch projects, so they get a pass in my book.
I liked Star Fox Zero. I did.
I did too. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Against it. Yeah, I thought it was unwarranted. Like, yeah, okay, the controls kind of suck, but it's still a good game.
Yeah.
I like the Trent. There's again, briefest of tangents. I thought some of the transformy bits were great, and that one stealth section where you play that weird hovercraft thing was one of my favorite parts of the game.
I mean, you got to give them credit for taking a big risk and experimenting, but I noticed this a lot when people try and defend it as being experimental. It kind of rests on the false assumption that when you take a risk, that the risk will automatically pay off. I mean, yeah, it was an experiment, but a failed experiment is still failed. You know what I mean?
No, they learned something from it, which I guess is better than nothing. But the real experiment when it comes to Star Fox is the fact that they had the balls to release Star Fox 2 on the SNES Mini.
Like, as the big centerpiece to convince people to buy it, even though, from my understanding, that original ROM has been floating around on the internet for several years, right?
Well, yeah, it has, but the reason why I say they had balls to release it is because that game got a fire lit under its ass. Like, it was received very poorly, but that's just because we have better games like that now. If they had just if Miyamoto had just not been a dick back then, and Nintendo let them release it back when it was supposed to come out, they just sucked it up and released it next to Star Fox 64 or whatever, it probably would have been a lot better. It probably would have been. It would have gotten a cult following. It would have been on better legs. But releasing it today, was a big mistake.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than nothing.
Oh, people are like, Star Fox Command is better than this game, and it sucks. Nintendo, good guy, yes, but sometimes you're making choices that my eyebrows are raised. Put the weed down. Think about it. Is this a good idea?
If only they did that before letting Team Ninja make a Metroid game.
Other M.
It's certainly a thing that exists.
Yeah. Again, they redeemed themselves with Neo, but that's a completely separate discussion.
Yep. So the last bit of 3DS discussion is the WarioWare collection, and I don't know. I've never played them, so I can't really say anything.
Yeah, it sounds to me like it's going to be a sort of remastered anthology of all of the WarioWare microgames that have been released up to this point, which is great, but, why don't they have it on the Switch as well? You can't tell me that kind of micro game insanity wouldn't be a huge hit with parties.
Where?
Who can really say at this point? Just ignore the door closing.
WarioWare on Wii was a great time. I still have fond memories of that game. So
Yeah, and
it was a
especially
missed
that
opportunity.
inspired opening screen where it was like, "It's a Wii Wario." That's one of the most inspired things Nintendo ever did, flat out.
Didn't they say that the mini games were all new though?
I think some of them are.
Some of them, yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
But either way, I still think it would be it would still be an interesting addition to the Switch library, just for novelty's sake.
I feel like they probably I guess there is a niche for WarioWare, but if they were going to release it on the 3DS where you're just playing by yourself, like 3-second stuff, I feel like they should have done Rhythm Heaven again.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have been better. I don't know, like a better swan song, because there's a huge following for Rhythm Heaven, and if you're gonna play a game by yourself that's like WarioWare, just play a better game. Go buy Rhythm Heaven. Go import it. It's good.
Yeah, I have fond memories of playing the original when that came out. Beyonce commercials at Allen. That was really good, really addictive stuff.
What? Beyonce?
Yeah.
Rhythm Heaven? What?
Yeah, that was an actual commercial that happened. Go look it up.
D-fuck?
Okay then, so
I didn't know that.
now we can move on to all of the rest of the stuff coming to the Switch, and let's start with the one that's coming literally next week that I'm excited about because I love Kirby. Is Kirby Star Allies.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, shameless plug. We just finished streaming the demo over on Big Al Dente's Brosona 3 Fun Entertainment stream. Really wasn't going in very optimistic. I heard a lot of bad things about it on a forum, and I started playing it with these two doofuses right here, and I'm like, crap, it's really fun. It's really fun with friends. I tried the demo beforehand by myself, and I wasn't feeling it because the computers were just kind of like, I know exactly what to do all the time. Perfect gameplay. All right. Kirby's cute at least, but playing it with friends, it was like a completely different game. It was silly, it was eventful, colorful, spontaneous, zany, inhaling. Like it was good. It was really good. And if you're listening to this and you're on the fence about Kirby, you got 3 friends, you buy that game. And today they're like, you can play as some of Kirby's good friends, and there's more coming. Remember these animal douchebags? You can play as them too. Remember Marks? He's a jerk, but he's here. Remember Gooey? He's your best friend. Come on and play.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Remember
all
that
right.
hamster guy?
Yeah, you sold me. I'm gonna buy it. And they're like, there are more coming too. So if you give me, listen,
that was all coming as free updates rather than paid DLC characters. They deserve credit for that.
Yeah.
Right. And Nintendo, if you're listening to me, because you apparently listen to this podcast, you give me Adeline from Kirby 64, the little painter girl. You remember her? Remember how you took her away from me? You give her to me, and I will buy 5 copies of this game. 1 copy for me, and 4 copies for 4 friends. I'll be like, play it.
Wow. I think we're going to have to hold you to that, aren't we, Tyler?
We are now.
Better. Do it. Just write that down somewhere. Put it on a sticky note, slap it by your computer screen. I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy so many copies of that game and be like, she lives. No idea what I'm talking about. You look at me really scared, like I've got 8 heads, but you'll know. You turn it on, you'll know.
Yep. And being able to combine the powers to create new bonkers things is just... I can see, since it's already going to be bonkers enough with the co-op and having 3 friends, I can only imagine what it's going to be like combining the powers.
It was crazy. Like, go ahead, watch my restream on YouTube. Like, we're sitting there trying to mess with powers. Like, some of them you get to carry with you. Some of them are just like you stand there and you fuse the power and you watch it go. When you let go of the button, it stops because you need 2 characters to do the attack. And like, we spent a good 5 minutes trying to piggyback on each other for the Iron Man Unibeam Marvel vs. Capcom special move, where you all charge your guard and you let loose this giant, cute beam of death. And it's great. Like, there's so many things for you to do. So I recommend it. And that goes for you too. Like, go Ben, go to T. Gorman's place and just play it. Just enjoy it. Feel like a kid again. Like it's
yeah, sure.
it's good.
We're definitely gonna check it out sometime. And it just occurred to me, you know how a lot of people like to joke that beneath the cutesy exterior, Kirby games are actually kind of fucked up because you're literally swallowing these people whole and copying their essence. It just occurred to me that one of the abilities they showed off was you and the other players forming a quote unquote friend circle and using
friend
it
wheel.
to kill enemies. So if you
Yeah.
think about it, you're literally using a friendship circle of death.
I know, weaponizing friendship.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. Weaponized friendship.
So,
Like, everybody knows Kirby games are messed up. Like, Kirby 64 was rated E, and it had a giant evil entity bleeding from its eyeball and trying to kill you with spikes and
I
stuff.
mean, it seems to be a recurring
bleeding.
thing in Kirby games that, like, the final bosses always seem to be something that so messed up that even Lovecraft would be like, "Yo, dog, I can't do this, man."
Yeah, like they've been
Yeah.
pretty tame lately, but I have it on good source. I didn't look into it because I didn't want to spoil it for myself. But the game is rated E10 for a reason. Supposedly, towards end game, things get real weird real quick, and that end boss is pretty grim. So if you're curious, like I don't know, I do know it's a thing. Like it's confirmed to be a thing. There's some spooky crap going on in this Kirby game. It looks cute on the outside, but you're gonna get spooked. And if you're just as curious as me, you got to pick this game up. Like this is gonna be good.
It'll be just like Cuphead all over again. And if that game ever gets a Switch port, ooh boy,
Oh
those
dear.
games are gonna get fucked up for days.
That would be good. I would play that. Never played it before. I would play that on Switch. I really would. And then they're just like Cuphead and Smash Bros. And I'm like, nope. We're done.
Yeah,
Good.
so
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Smash Brothers, I think it's only fair that we talk about the red glowing cross-ball-shaped elephant in the room, right?
Well, hang on though. Are there any other games we got to touch on before we get to the king?
there are a few actually. Let's go from one bizarrely cute game to another with a game that's coming to both 3DS and the Switch is Sushi Striker, The Way of the Sushido, and I kind of want to play it more now than other times I've seen the trailer. I just love it when games get, like, weird like this. Like, a time when apparently it's, like, a world war, but sushi has been banned.
It gave me weird Bobobo vibes.
That's
God.
It was just like the world is, post-apocalyptic, and for some reason hair is banned. Like here we are again, but this time sushi is banned. What's next? Tell me. What's next? What are they going to ban next? Throw it out there.
Who knows?
Nintendo Switch games?
There you go. In the future, only Sony is king. Finding anybody with a Nintendo Switch, you get destroyed. So you and the Nintendo army rise up, and you fight people by swinging your Switch at them. There you go.
Yeah, it looks great. Some type of like matching game and fighting an opponent. I don't know what it is, but all I know is they need it.
Well, if you're looking for something similar right now, you can check out Battle Chef Brigade. It's got the match 3 element for cooking, but to get the ingredients, you need to go through side-scrolling action segments to kill the monsters to get the stuff you need.
Huh.
Never played that either. That sounds pretty good. Oh, yeah, wait. That was the one that Adult Swim did, right? The Adult Swim games?
Maybe?
I believe they published it, yeah.
Awesome. So that's how you know it's good. They make some quality garbage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, something. And just another thing I never thought I'd be excited for, and I'm surprised I am, is the new Mario sports game with Mario Tennis Aces. Just, I don't know.
I'll admit. Oh, go ahead.
And just a long time ago, back in the day, I bought a copy of Mario Super Sluggers, and my cousin and I were just pleasantly surprised by how genuinely good it was. And I'm significantly more interested in it now that they've announced it's going to have at least a fairly extensive single player campaign. And those, like in Super Sluggers, the single player campaign was like positively bonkers, and I loved it.
I admit they had me curious when they said that there's a Chain Chomp as a playable character, and I'm like, you what, mate? So, like, I'm gonna look at it, and the
You're
fact that
seriously
you can play it
questioning
Wii
the
Sports
logic
style.
of the series that literally gave birth to Waluigi.
I love Waluigi. Don't talk bad about my man.
Yeah.
It's just,
I don't see Chain Chomp with a rose in his mouth. Good day to you, sir. Well, it's just, it was quirky, and like I like that. I like it when they let a Goomba be a playable character and stuff like that. Like they had a blooper playable, like Mario Party, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was weird, and I like the weird stuff. Games like that, like I am glad that you can play it like Wii Sports style because everybody loves Wii Sports tennis. So
Yeah.
that's cool. That'll draw in some people. I feel like games like that are really heavily dependent on their roster because you run out of stuff to do real quick when you've tried all the characters. The single player mode definitely is a plus. I don't know how it's going to work. If it's just like, oh, it's tennis, but this time there's something else on the screen hindering or helping you. There's only so far they can take that.
Who
So
knows?
we'll see.
Yeah.
It could surprise. Like no one really cared about Ultra Smash. So
Yeah. I
we'll
know
see.
I didn't.
Yeah, neither did I. So
I haven't
I
actually
admit,
touched a Mario sports game since Mario Power Tennis way back on the GameCube in 2004. So this could be a pleasant surprise.
Gorman was onto something though with Sluggers. Play Sluggers. Sluggers is good. It had K. Rool in it, so couldn't really go wrong. And I still think Mario Super Strikers is king of the Mario sports games.
Hopefully,
Like-
we won't have to wait too long before that comes to the Switch.
I'll buy
Yeah.
that. Like seeing Waluigi do a crotch chop in glorious high definition. Hell yeah.
So,
Give me that.
Nightmare fuel.
You know
and
it.
Then there's another game that you never really knew you physically need in your bloodstream until it's right there. We've gotten a bunch new informations on Octopath Traveler.
I freely admit, the first time I heard that name, I thought it was a sequel to Octodad.
Something else that should be on the Switch, and I
I
think
thought
it
it was.
is.
Yeah, I think it's on the Switch.
Yeah.
Octopath, though, that demo was great. I played that demo to absolute completion. I would play the full version, definitely.
Hmm.
And that was like the bare bones, like we haven't done much with this demo. And I had a lot of fun with it. So they're just like, oh yeah, you can mix and match jobs, and here's some new characters. And I'm like, oh no, everything's endearing. I will buy it.
Yep. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Just, let's see. So, and just even though the game's been out for a while, the fact that they're still giving a bunch of attention to ARMS is happy because I enjoyed that game once I actually started playing it seriously.
No lie, that is still my favorite game on the Switch. I have, what, 150 hours in that?
Damn. But yeah, they're having like online tournaments, and it's all the new characters they've added post launch. It's great.
It's
Like-
so fun.
Just the concept of having stretchy arms with super powered boxing gloves is just I've played it for quite a bit now, and it's still something that I'm just amazed by that it's a thing that exists.
It feels so good to play. Like I love fighting games, and for me to just be able to get up and move around and start socking stuff in the face, it's just it's really fun. And we played 4-player mode on our stream. It was wacky. Go check that out if you want to see some craziness. Like I'm sure other people have done it too. It's Mario Kart fighting. It's really fun. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. And I still think a lot of those character designs are really endearing. Like they're very memorable, even though the game is brand new. I love Springman. Like I definitely want to cosplay Springman. He's so cool looking. It's just and seeing the support, and like even the director of the game is so into it. He's just like, yeah, I'll be at these events. Yeah, I'll tell you about my game. Yeah, I'll fight you. Like it's cool. Like you don't see that a lot.
Yeah.
So our Arms is definitely it's pretty close to my heart right now. Definitely a good game. You know, you don't want to play Kirby. You're more violent than a Kirby game allows you to be. Then go grab 3 friends and just start punching each other. It's good.
Yeah.
Mwah,
Like
so
Punch
good.
Out's more energetic younger cousin.
Yes. I still want Little Mac in that game, okay? I don't know how he'd stretch his arms. I'm sure he could find a way to do it. I just want him in there. He deserves to be in there. He'd feel good.
Yeah, he
He'd
does.
fit right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And onto our second to last bit of Nintendo Direct news. Again, something that I'm pleasantly surprised by is a very sizable expansion to the single player portion of Splatoon 2, which I think is great.
It's Splat Tim. He does it. Again.
Yeah. The Octo expansion.
I'm jazzed for that. I guess, people have been data mining that game since Wii U, and the almost ability to play as an Octoling has been present since the game's inception, so now they're finally owning up.
Yep.
And I gotta admit, I couldn't care less about the single player story. Like, I'm glad they brought Cuttlefish back, and the fact that they dressed up Marina and Pearl as some popular rappers, which was really funny. I don't know. I could have done without it, but they're just like, you can be an Octoling, tons of new gear, level X. There's so much going on right now, and everything's still really fresh. Our expiry date doesn't come for a few more years, so hop on in. Water's fine. I might go back and buy it. Like, I sold it a while ago because I got bored. It was like, it feels kind of samey now. It feels like the Wii U version did, but they're just like, no, it's not done yet. So they got me. I'll spend more money on that game again.
Yeah, the moral of the story is don't sell off a game just because you're bored with it. It might bite you in the ass.
I'm one of those guys who's just like, you sell games to get games. Like, I don't like backlogs. So I'm like, I'm already a really high level. I'm really good at it. I'm kind of bored. I got all the gear I want. I can find even better gear on my cell phone. Like, all right, it'll be fine. I can come back later. Nintendo's like, I'm gonna get you, man. I'm gonna get you. I mean, you're gonna feel it. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, Nintendo. And they did it. They got me.
Yep. So, and onward to what most people are probably going to be losing their bananas over for many, 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 many days to come, is that something Smash Bros. Related, and we know at least that the Inklings are going to be included in this particular incarnation of it, which I think is just on top of whatever else comes out in terms of information about this new Smash Bros. I just think that's neat.
Yeah.
Before the Battle of the Milvian Bridge, Constantine sees a vision of the cross in the sun. AD 312. It's my favorite images about the Inkling reveal in Smash Bros. So far. It's just like, this is so wacky. Like, what? That trailer was so good. The original Splatoon game was revealed just like that. And I was like, I don't know. I'm looking over at Nobi Noodle. I'm just like, I don't know. Something feels weird, man. It's the way they're animated. Someone said Smash Brothers earlier today. Someone went on Twitter, Emily Rogers. She's just like, I hope some forums don't get smashed. And I'm like, don't do this to me, lady. Don't do it.
I can't take
All
it.
right. Can't play with me.
But, I actually said that, and I assumed there was going to be some kind of announcement, but it's best for us to keep our expectations in check, because for all we know, there's a couple possibilities.
But I don't want to keep my expectations
I say that to myself every time. It's like, there's no way. But this time, it's just like, it's different.
You remember the last time there was a popular fan favorite Wii U multiplayer game that got ported to the Switch, and one of the major new additions was the Splatoon characters in the level? You remember that one?
Dim Smash?
What?
It was Mario Kart 8.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was neat.
So, for all we know, there probably is a new Smash Brothers exclusively for the Switch, built from the ground up for that platform specifically. But in the meantime, it's also possible that they could do a definitive edition of Smash Brothers on a Wii U, like with Hyrule Warriors, where they're going to take the Wii U game, put that on the Switch at a cheaper price with all the DLC included, just to bring in new players and also tide the hardcore over in the meantime. That would be a really smart move.
That's what I've been seeing for some time, and that's all I want, to be honest. I could care less. Like, I'm still gonna buy it if it's a brand new game. Like, sure, take your time, make a new game. But if they just take the full Wii U experience and put it on Switch, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm ready to rock. Let's go.
Yeah.
And that's all I want. Like, I want them to take that game and just put more, because I felt like Wii U Smash was perfect. Like, it was a nice middle ground, and there wasn't a whole lot else you could do with it. So it's like, fine, keep that. Just give me more stuff. Give me more to do, and I will gladly give you more money. Like, it's a moot point. Like, you can't. There's nothing more to say.
Yeah,
that's how good that game was.
Yeah,
like, there were still people out there just like, yeah, Melee, but you can't please some people. But that was that was the Smash.
And let's face it,
yes,
Melee is just never going to be replicated. That was like a top-down rebuild, lightning in a bottle phenomenon that was very specific. You're just not going to be able to recapture that magic again, even if they do a virtual console thing at some point. And one of the marquee releases is, Melee from the GameCube. They're obviously not going to implement online play in a 14-year-old game. This is what I was alluding to earlier with keeping expectations in check. Be excited, sure, but you don't want to be someone like me who's got their hopes set up for Kingdom Hearts 3 being the greatest game ever, only to have your spirit crushed and more clinically depressed than you were since playing Sonic 06 for the first time.
I have no faith in the Kingdom Hearts 3 story. Sorry. Kingdom Hearts lost me. It really did. I think we talked about it last time.
Yeah, we did.
Those worlds.
That's as good a metaphor. That's as good a comparison as any for something like this.
Right. Yes. Very true. Very true. Oh no, I had something else to say for Smash and I lost it. Well, first we should discuss who we'd like to see in Smash Brothers. But in case y'all are wondering, I sat down with Nobi and we looked at that final image for the trailer. We're just like, oh man, we got to analyze this. Who are these characters that are standing in front of Squid Kid, intimidating the pants off her? So we messed around in Photoshop, and we think we have the answer. So bear with me here. Pretty sure when you look at this image from right to left, you're gonna see Villager, Pit, Donkey Kong, Rosalina with Luma, Marth, Mario, Breath of the Wild Link, Luigi, Fox, Samus, Meta Knight squeezed in there somewhere, like right under her legs. Meta Knight, kind of see his pauldrons. Shulk, Bowser, Pikachu. We're guessing Breath of the Wild, Zelda, and Kirby.
Yeah.
So there's lots of potential for this roster if it's a brand new game. Kind of hoping it's not. Kind of hoping like just the Wii U port, but they're already like new characters are coming. So who do you, aside from Inkling, give me like your top 3 guys?
I don't normally put a lot of thought into these kind of lists because, again, keeping expectations in check, wishful thinking. But
we're letting you go crazy just this once.
Okay, fine.
Unleash it.
I want to keep it somewhat grounded in reality based off, previous collaborations. But if I had to pick a top 3 in no particular order, I would like to see. I don't normally think about this kind of stuff. I would like to see Rayman for real this time because I know there was a rumor floating around that he was going to be in it because he had a trophy in the Wii U and 3DS games.
I'll take it.
My second pick, I don't know. I don't really.
The answer is fine as long as you don't say Shrek, SpongeBob, or Goku.
Why the hell would I do any of that? I'm not stupid.
We're on the internet.
Oh, good point.
That's why.
Let's see. Who else? Let's see. I guess. Darn it! I didn't really think this through.
I know I'm putting you on the spot. I'm terrible. Do you want me to come back to you? You want me to ask Gorman first?
No. I got it.
I have absolutely no idea, so I'm not one to ask.
Yeah. I guess it would be nice to see another Mega Man character, someone like Zero or Mega Man X, to complement the classic model.
Oh yeah,
That would
that'd be
nice.
nice.
Face, especially since they're already going to be doing collections of Mega Man X to complement the classic series that's coming to the Switch as well.
You let me keep original Mega Man, and I'm happy. If you add more Mega Man, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holding out a hope that maybe it's going to be Tron Bond, but that would be a bit much, frankly. But
yeah, but Tron's still pretty cool, though.
Yeah. Third, I know this is kind of on the nose since I kind of alluded to it, and they did collaborate with Nintendo on the Smash Brothers thing, but maybe we could have a Dark Souls character in there, like Solaire.
So many people are saying Solaire is going to show up in there.
Yeah, that would be
phenomenal. It would be really funny, but I would also kind of be bitter. Like I was with Cloud when Cloud was announced. I was like, come on. He grew on me, but I was like, come on.
Well, you realize what a big deal that was, though, because, with the history and the fact that Final Fantasy VII famously ended up on the PlayStation because those N64 cartridges were getting too expensive.
Yep, it was a nice tongue-in-cheek reference to when he was announced. I was like, all right, I'm still mad, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
So, what about you, Gorman? Come on. Those are some pretty good answers. Can you top them?
Not particularly, no.
But for the listeners, I believe in you.
I don't know. This one's probably a bit of a stretch, but maybe Darunia from Ocarina. Just I don't know.
Okay.
Like he was really solid character. He could be like one of the big heavy characters. I mean, they proved the dude knows how to wreck stuff in Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, if they could give Ganondorf a better moveset and they let Darunia in there, make him just this beefy, come at me dude like DK or Bowser, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much the only one that I can think of right now.
What? No love for your ghost buddy from Thousand Year Door?
Vivian, I don't. She was only really in like one game, and I highly doubt it. I mean, it'd be great if she was, because she's my favorite. But,
yeah,
I don't see that happening.
Yeah, she'd be like an assist trophy at best, and even that's pushing it.
Yeah.
Trying to jog your creative juices there, get you thinking.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we've successfully spread the hype to another negative 12 people.
Well,
yep.
I'm gonna give you mine before we wrap it up.
Okay.
So honorable mention to Wreck-It Ralph. He would be pretty cool if he were in there.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
He's not in the top 3. It would be really neat though, because video games, whatever. Supposedly Mario is gonna have something to do with his new movie, so it'd be cool if they threw him in there. Want to see Springman from ARMS?
Yeah.
He's my boy.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Give him a chance to shine. Get ARMS out there a little more. Oh no, I lost. Oh yeah, Isaac from Golden Sun. He was in Brawl as an assist trophy, and there's so much Golden Sun. They could have worked a moveset for him easy without swords.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Nintendo, you can do it.
Yeah, that's the same developer working on Mario Tennis Aces, right?
Yeah, Camelot. Yep.
I think so.
So there's no excuse. They could do it really easy. They could do it for Little Mac. They could do it for Isaac. Come on. And then my number 1, Banjo-Kazooie. Like, I know everybody says it. It's probably never going to happen, but they've been chummy with Microsoft. And I'm like, ukulele sucked. Give me Banjo-Kazooie, hanging out with Mario, kicking some butt. All for it.
Yeah. It would be nice, but Rare's gone on record saying they're not going to bring back the series unless they can come up with something new and creative. And We all know what happened the last time they tried doing something new and creative with the Banjo-Kazooie license, right?
Well,
Yep.
they don't have to make anything new and creative here. They just give Banjo and Kazooie some of those really good moves that make sense for Smash Brothers. Just let them go. Go kick some butt.
Yeah.
Nothing new here. Just all
Mhm.
the stuff we know and love.
Yeah.
Just send in folks like Ganondorf and Mewtwo flying. Like, come on.
Yeah. And
That's
I'm sure there would be no one that would mention, nuts and bolts at all, because that would be a deal breaker.
There's the final Smash. They get in the car and they run you over. All that happened. I'd be like, stop.
Run you over with your own nostalgia twisted against you.
That's what you get for remembering things that happened.
True monkey's paw. You wanted it. You got it.
Yeah. I mean, I admit to enjoying Nuts and Bolts when it came out, but I could see why a lot of people were upset about it. I don't see they would deliberately transgress anyone like that again.
Yeah. But it'd still be like they put Banjo-Kazooie in there. One of their trophies you could get for their series is the car.
Yeah.
They're just like, why did people hate it so much? It's like, Nintendo, you guys just quit while you're ahead.
Just, you've already taken all my money, but still.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I believe that brings us to the end. We've successfully spread the hype like a plague, and hopefully it will consume and ravage the countryside.
I feel particularly plagued.
Yeah.
I feel particularly diseased. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the end of this particular episode of the Pumpkin Copter Cast. I would like to thank Ben and Big Al Dente for joining me once again.
It was a pleasure, sir.
If anyone actually listened to this and you liked what you heard, feel free to like, rate, comment, and subscribe on those rare days when I put anything even vaguely useful on there. You can follow me on the Twitters at tgorman83, and you can also follow Big Al Dente on the Twitters too, and check his stuff out.
Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all that good stuff. Double bell, friendos. You know you want to.
Yep. Yep. That's it. We'll see all of you later, and or maybe not, because we'll probably be dead once all of this stuff comes out, and we're just like, just take me now, let me ascend.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to die until it's in my hands, but when it's in my hands, then I'll go.
Yeah.
So until then, see you later, everyone.
Thanks for
Bye, everyone.
See you next time.